I'm not embarrassed by the fact that I don't know my ABCs in Korean. Welcome to episode 1, The Troubles of Being a Self-Taught Language Learner. Do you wish there was a place on the internet where you could exist and just be? If that's your vibe, come hang out with me. My name is Evan, aka EAJB, and welcome to EAJB, or Exist and Just Be, the podcast. This is a podcast where I talk about everything because I like too many different things to niche down, so I decided not to niche down and just exist and just be. Did you know that you can be completely fluent in a language and still not know the alphabet? Imagine somebody being completely fluent in English, writing college level essays, but you ask them to spell cat, and you say, "Hey, how do you spell cat?" And they say k-a-t. You would look at them like they crazy, and rightfully so, because if I ask you to spell a word, why would you say k-a-t, cat? You're not spelling, you sounding it out. That's me with Korean. So when I started learning Korean, it was 2013. The resources available are not the resources that are available today. I started learning Korean when BTS was still pretending to be black. Like it was a different era. You feel me? So when I first started learning Korean, I was self-taught. I didn't know any Korean people. I'd never had any Korean food. I'm talking so far out of left field. Like I had no resources. The high school I went to, 99% black. I could count on one hand how many people at my school were not black. Like it's Memphis, it's 2013, completely different world, right? I couldn't tell you if I'd met a Korean person in 2013. Maybe I had. I'm sure I had at some point in my life. As of today, I'm completely fluent in the language. I have a topic level 6, which is the Korean government's international standard for written fluency, for listening ability, and for reading comprehension ability. So like can read news articles, I can listen to like broadcasts or like public announcements. I understand everything that's being said. I can have conversations. I've done translation and interpretation work in Korean between Korean and English. I've done subtitle work. I've subtitled entire episodes of TV shows Korean to English. I know this language like I'm gonna say like the front of my hand because I know English like the back of my hand, but I know Korean like the front of my hand. And when I say I still do not know my ABCs to this day. Like imagine you say, "Hey, how do you spell drought again?" Dura o u g What? Dura o u Drought. Like why are you spelling it like that? Like what? You're not saying the letters. You're not spelling it. You sounding it out. I never learned the names of the letters. Didn't you go to college? Don't you got a whole degree? Don't you work with the language? Yeah. How do you not know your ABCs? I don't know. I know I got motion though. That's essentially my life at this point. I can't tell you what the name of that letter is. I've heard kids say ga na da da ma ba sa. I know it's ah. It's either ja or cha. I don't know the rest of it. I don't know the Korean ABC song. I can't tell you that this is a. I can say that's a g, or that's a g, or that's a k. I can't tell you what the name of the letter is. And you know what? I think that's okay. This is what happens when you're a self-taught language learner. The very first textbook I bought was after I moved to Korea to study specifically for the topic exam. And the textbook I bought was completely in Korean. And I didn't have any problems with it. I needed a book that taught me how to take the test. It's akin to buying like an SAT or an ACT prep book. I don't need a book to teach me Korean. I need a book to teach me the test. I bought a textbook in Korean, used it, and did perfectly fine. Could I tell you that this is a A or this is a J or this is a C? I could not. But it's just it's because I pieced together my own curriculum, right? And I think that I was able to master the language more efficiently because I did it in the way that works best for my brain. But at the same time, there were definitely some gaps along the way. But I started learning Korean in 2013. The first time I had a conversation in Korean with another human being was in 2016 when I got to college and like met my first Korean person. And we were having a conversation in Korean. I was able to understand about 80% of what he said. I was able to respond in Korean instantly, better than any of my classmates who had been taking Korean for a whole semester at the university. I was proud of myself because I'm like, I've never spoken to another Korean person in real life. I just been in my room vibing for the last 3 years, but I'm damn near fluent. I can have full conversations. And like a lot of the stuff that I didn't understand, it was mostly just because like when you're studying alone and you're studying mostly just through like translators and online dictionaries, and honestly, Naver Dictionary wasn't even. I didn't pick up on Naver Dictionary until like 2018 for real. So I didn't even have Naver Dictionary back then. I didn't know about Papago. My options were Google Translate. If I When I first started learning Korean, I'm talking about the resource. The resources were not available like they are today. Technology wasn't how it is today. So I will never forget one of the most complicated words in Korean to write. Kenchana, right? Kenchana. The ken and the chan are because it's four different letters in one block, which is usually harder, especially for a beginner. So like I'm looking at there's a song called One Spring Day by a group called 2 AM. And in the chorus, they say Kanchana, Kanchana, Kanchana. And I'm trying to write it because I'm trying to figure out what they're saying. I was using this app on my old Samsung phone called Milk Music, and you couldn't copy and paste the lyrics. So if I wanted to see what they're saying, I had to look at the screenshot. And mind you, I'm doing all this on my phone. So I screenshotted it. I'm in my photos app. I'm like, okay, that's a mm. And then I hit the little menu button, and then I go to the Google Translate app, and then I click the little draw because you could draw like symbols and things in Google Translate in 2013. So I do this, and then I go back and I'm like, okay, what's the next part of it? I'm like, I'm doing it all out of order because I don't know what I'm looking at, right? And then by the time I go back, it timed out, so I have to rewrite it. So I'm like, oh, I have to memorize this entire shape. I don't know where one part of the letter ends or where the next part begins, and I'm like, okay, so it's this, and then it's 3 lines, and so I'm like, I'm like, so it's a gun, and then it's a H, and then it's a stick on top of a stick, and then it's a chair, and I'm piecing it all together and trying to make a quick memorization so I can go into Google Translate and try and memorize it and get it to look how it looks in the other app and on the screenshot I took because I can't copy and paste it. Like when I say I built this fluency brick by brick, so like when that was the way that I started learning the language, just sheer determination and trying to like figure stuff out piece by piece. I'm not embarrassed by the fact that I don't know my ABCs in Korean. And honestly, unless somebody forces me to learn my ABCs, I don't plan on learning them. We here, we vibing. But yeah, I think that's all I got for today. Thank you for checking out episode 1. If you stuck around, are you learning a language right now? If so, how's your language learning journey going? Is it going? But yeah, let me know in the comments below. This was Exist and Just Be, aka EAJB, the podcast. I'm Evan, and I'll see you in episode 2.